how do you approach connecting with your audience, and what efforts do you make to understand their perspectives and their experiences?
Be yourself. I'm myself. I'm genuinely me every day, every hour I stream. That is the easiest way to get someone to at least acknowledge you and or at least appreciate you, because they're not getting bullshitted. And what was the second part of the question?
Is what efforts do you make to understand your audience's perspectives and experiences?
I listen. It's really simple, man. I listen. People want to be heard. People have a lot of emotions, traumas, experiences, and nowadays it's more common that people do not feel heard, even by the ones closest around them, by their friends, their family, loved ones and all this stuff. So there's a lot of demand for that. And to just simply sit down, and because I'm on a selling app where every channel you go to, mostly every channel you go to, let me not paint with a broad brush, but mostly every channel, they're selling. Like the main purpose of that streamer is to sell and make money.
Yeah.
So when they get a break from that and they'll pop onto my show and I'm just sitting back and talking with them and answering questions and giving helpful advice, or at least things that they've taken on and they've shown to have bettered their lives, that has a lot more value than selling them a pair of Jordans. That's going to get them to really remember me, in a sense that not only did I provide an item for them and a good deal, but I've maybe created a better habit for them that they can take on for years and years and years, and ultimately live a happier life because of, one or two little things. Or maybe that might be just a catalyst that starts their, new journey onto bettering themselves or wanting to try harder. And that's really my main goal. So it's something where it kind of feeds itself. I do this because I want to, and it only produces the best results back toward me. So it's just, it's almost like it's too obvious, and I do enjoy doing that. To me, it's not about the short term of the sale of the shoe. To me, it's the long term of building that relationship with that client base, with that person, because they're people. Right. They're not my clients, they're people. Some of them have grown to be good fucking friends. It's taken all kinds of directions,
I wonder, what's something that you think you were, in your active listening, has there ever been a moment that you were surprised with what you picked up on?
What do you mean what I picked up on?
Just in your active listening, just anything that stands out that you were able to see someone in your audience and recognize their experience.
Oh, recognize there's plenty of people that come on looking for advice to be streamers that I was there, that day where I didn't know where to start, I didn't know what I was doing. So you go and you ask. So there's a lot of kind of what I see in myself, what I can relate with them. But there's also, traumas. We just had a show where a guy come in, he wanted to thank me for saving his son's life.
Really?
I thought it was like a little like, he just needed these shoes, or he would be, he couldn't play or something. No, he literally said that he's sitting next to his son today because his son was at his ends. He just happened to log in and catch my show, couldn't put it down, and I gave him just the energy and the vibe of the show, because I don't think he was interactive. Maybe he was, but just by me being overall positive, it deterred him from unaliving himself that day. And his dad, he told his dad about it. He came on the show and he told us, and he messaged us, and I gave him my number to say, hey, listen, if ever in case of an emergency or anything like that, you need someone to talk to, please. That is incredibly rewarding, dude. You can't put a price on that shit. Like, I'm going to go to my grave not because of the one pair of J's I sold. It's because of stories like that people come through and say, dude, you literally, just your attitude, your way of being, just changed my day, changed my life. That's fucking amazing.
Wow. That's really beautiful.
You can't pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a beautiful journey, because if you had planned to be here, you probably would have got here.
No. That's what I'm saying. My goal, I can't tell you, bro. I can't tell you. The goal for people, at least to me, should be just dude, find any way you can to fulfill yourself, to better your life, better your odds. Give yourself a better chance. And in that process, in that journey, because life is not short, dude. Life is fucking long. There's a lot of time to invest to building something up.
And then I would offer an opposite perspective in the same energy, though. life is long, and if you're not building, you can be miserable.
Oh, for a long time you can feel miserable, bitter, resentful.
You know, just living in all those lower frequencies, not realizing.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most interesting things that I've experienced is seeing an elder person in their like 60 plus, starting like therapy, starting healing.
Yeah, starting a bunch of things.
And they're just at that stage going, oh shit, I've wasted this much time.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then so it creates a more urgency to live, right? My greatest fear is being 70 and realizing that. You know, I'm 36 now, and I've spent the better part of the last 14 years trying to better myself.
Yeah.
And it's been probably the most fruitful thing I've ever decided to do, between, you know, trying to learn health and reading, just reading in general, growing in my crafts, dealing with my obstacles, and then trying to be the person that I see myself as.
Mm-hmm.
And hoping that I do a good enough job that other people see me that way too. But, you know, not relying on that, but, you know, being the person you desire to be, and doing whatever's necessary to be that.
Dude, that is literally why I do whatever I feel like doing, in a mature and a disciplined way. Because I'm gonna get to be 70, and I'm gonna look back and I'm go, bro, I did pretty much anything I wanted to do. Yeah. I wanted to move out of the house, I moved out. I wanted to buy that car, I bought that car. I wanted to start this business, I started that business. I wanted to date multiple women while being married, I did that. Like, this is all stuff that once I get to my grave, I'm like, bro, there's nothing left on the table. You know, anything I wanted to try or do, I tried and did. And some things I was great at, and some things I sucked at. But at least I did it, I tried it. I don't have to get till I'm 70 and go, oh man, if I only parachuted. No, I did that too already. Like, it's all stuff that if you want to do it, just either build up to it, and either, you know, because some things are expensive that people want to do, they want to travel, they want to do that. Either have a plan to get there, or if it's something more impulsive and it's free, it's like, just set up a time to do it, bro, and then just go try it.
Go for it.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
I feel like people like you are important. And I say that I deal with a lot of influencers, right?
Okay.
A lot of creative people that are doing things. And you, for me, represent a kind of influencer, a kind of entrepreneur. You remind me a lot of one of my clients. His name is Citoonthebeat, right? Mm-hmm. He never had a regular job. He knew since he was in high school that he was going to be a multi-platinum producer. Mm. And he just willed that shit into existence. When I talk to him, he tells me, like, I just always knew. And so I just always did it. Yeah. And I never thought I couldn't. And you telling me your journey now, it's like you had the similar thing. Like, you just knew. Maybe not that you were going to end up here, but that anything you set your mind to that you could do. And I think that's important. And I can say this humbly, with respect and both admiration. You're the type of people, the type of person that inspires me. Because I wish I had that young. I got that as an adult. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that when I was in grammar school or high school. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had skills, but the belief that I could do something, even if it was crazy, I didn't acquire that till later. And it took me a long journey to acquire that. So when I hear these stories, that's what I say, you're of a kind. That makes sense, yeah. You're of a kind. And I'm like, I bet you exist. Then I can definitely exist.
Yeah. Yeah, and what I tell everybody, bro, is I'm not built any different than you are, bro. We have the same fucking makeup. You know, we have the same capabilities. Maybe here and there, you know, some people are less fortunate. You don't have, you know, all your limbs or something. I get that, extreme cases. But at the end of the day, dude, I'm you know, flesh and blood. I don't have any special resources. I didn't grow up, you know, with a lot of money. I just, anything I've done, I've just worked at it and got to a point where you earn it, you know? So it's not, I don't want to make it seem like, even though I can be more of an anomaly in the way that I kind of conduct myself, it's something that's very attainable for the mass majority of the public. So that's why my whole kind of vision is to find your own success, dude, because no one should tell you what's going to make you successful. Only you can really understand and feel that and give yourself that at the end of the day. So And back to what you were saying about being an influencer and stuff. It's funny because we didn't grow up with influencers.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always felt I wanted to be influential, not an influencer of how it's visioned today. So that's all it was. That's why that story stood out with me so much about that kid that almost, unalived himself, and his dad came in and said because of the show he was able to keep going. That is to me being influential in a positive way. That keeps society going. That keeps people hopes alive. Because there's a lot of negativity, dude. There's a lot of ways to feel. There's a lot of reasons to feel down. You watch the news. You go out. You talk to coworkers. Like most people are being negative Nellies. Yeah. So it's hard to find something to grasp that's positive and genuine.